Hey, sweet dog. Hi, sweet boy. Oh, let's see. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am Crystal Bell, and I am setting up my live stream, so I need a minute. Yes. So today we're going to talk about fear because fear is our jailer for Aries. So if you're not familiar with my Jailbreak Your Heart and Howl at the Moon program, it is a weekly meeting where I talk about the astrology that's happening, like what's happening with the sun and the moon, and we relate that to your dreams and desires, of course, but also most importantly, we relate it to how it relates to the shadow that is most prevalent right now. And the shadow, whenever the sun is in Aries, the shadow that's most prevalent is fear. Fear and irritation because my computer is taking so long to load one page. But this is what happens when you have 7 or 8 people in one house, all on a computer at one time. The students are here and they're doing their work, they're doing their classes all online, and I'm trying to have my live stream. I want my live stream. And the universe is telling me, your live stream is not the priority right now. What's the priority is these students. So I'm just going with the flow of that and waiting for stuff to happen. It's going to come when it comes. So yes, and my computer is behaving just very badly right now. So I'm just going to be patient. Hi, how are you? I'm kind of really excited. I'm excited because I just booked my flight to return to Italy. I booked it out. So I used my intuition in a very real way. And my intuition said, leave on August 8th. August 8th will give you plenty of time to get myself together, but also it would give the United States and Italy time to kind of balance. And so yes, I booked for August 8th. I will arrive on August 9th. And that feels right. That feels right. It's interesting because, in my philosophy, in my spiritual philosophy, what we're experiencing now is a projection of a consciousness. My physical body, the home in which I live, those are all projections of a much bigger consciousness. And the way I see myself is that I'm this being who is aligned with this particular consciousness, and I'm here unfolding with this consciousness, and I have free will within my consciousness. I don't necessarily have free will in the world. Like if I desire to go leap off the top of this house and to fly, good luck to me. Good luck to me. But if I, within the mindset of who I am, if I conceive of flight and travel, I can make that happen, right? I can let that blossom inside me. Hey, buddy, okay, you can go sit down outside or in here, but what you're doing right now, you got to stop. my dog is here with me, and he's so sweet. He's being really patient as we're moving through this isolation. All the dog parks are closed, and my dog is super social. Twice a day at the dog park he usually goes. And so now he gets no dog park. He's relying solely on me. So it's bringing a depth to our relationship. Anyway, okay, so it looks like this thing is up now. So let me make this change here. Okay, boom, done, boom, done. So now I'm back. So, right, here I am. Jailbreak Your Heart and Howl at the Moon. It is a 1-year program that is designed to help you shift your consciousness over the course of 1 year. What we do is we start in Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, and then we make our way through all the different signs, and we take the entire month, the whole time that the sun is in that zodiac sign, we spend working with the energy of that zodiac sign, taking action on the sign in a positive, affirmative way. And where there's shadow, where the sign is challenging us, we work to heal what needs to be challenged. So the sun is in Aries right now. It's the first house. And the first house represents your physical body, your kind of attitude. It rules your face, and how you insert yourself into the world, like how you show up in the world. So overall right now, we're all kind of feeling more assertive because Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, and Mars is a very physical, passionate, strong, masculine sign. It's like he's the man of the zodiac. Okay, so Mars. Now, Mars rules Aries, and or has an affinity with Aries. Aries is a constellation, right? It's a constellation of universes that have come together. They're in a certain vibrational frequency that they're holding, and our relationship here on Earth means that we are also in a relationship with them. And astrology is basically the reading of those different energies, these different relationships between that constellation and the earth. And as we're moving around the earth, we're in a dynamic with even that. So we're part of this relationship. It's very intimate. It's very beautiful. So right now the sun is in Aries. So we are feeling the strong pull of this constellation. Man, can you imagine being on some planet in Aries? And the energy, the vibrancy, the sex, the physicality of whatever must be going on with those entities that are up there. It's all about kind of like strength, and it's pushing and making things happen, and it can be aggression. I'm imagining if the closer you get to the constellations, right, the further away from Earth you get, and the closer you get to those constellations, the energy must be like really like aggressive. Like I'd be consumed by it all. So that means our personalities are a little more aggressive, a little more strong, more more angry, more hostile, more intolerant of or impatient. I shouldn't say intolerant. It's more about being impatient. Yeah, right? More, let's make things happen. Aries are great leaders. They know what they want. So we have a tendency right now to kind of feel like we know more of what we want. Where we're normally indecisive, we are more decisive. Like now we're kind of like, look, this needs to happen in this way. I need to not tolerate blah, blah, blah. That. Okay. In class the other day in the Jailbreak Your Heart coaching group, one of the ladies said, I find myself setting boundaries more where I couldn't before. Excellent. She's a Pisces, and you know, Pisces are all about water. And she's now kind of feeling the strength and the clarity, the focus to actually set boundaries. So what this tells me, or what we can understand, is that this is a great time for us to set boundaries, to create more structure, and to take more responsibility. That's what I'm personally feeling, right? Like, oh my God, do you know what? Like, my hair is really turning gray. Like, you can see, oh my God, my hair is really, really black. And now I've got a lot of gray hairs coming in. So, black hair, white hair. It's like my hair's not even gray. My gray hair is not gray, it's white. So, it's black hair and white hair, and it's all really kinky. I love my hair. Like, I can't keep my fingers out of it because it's really like textured. It's like a little poodle. I love poodles. I love running my fingers through poodles and these little doggies that are so soft, and their hair is like curly, and you can just sink your fingers into it and massage them. I have a very good relationship with poodles. And the result is that I've got all these gray hairs, and then I've got all these little lint flecks from just the life of having this kind of hair. And actually, that's not lint. Those are gray hairs all tucked up. So there you go, me and my hair, bugging the heck out of me right now. Gosh, I wonder if I'm going to start dyeing my hair. I have no idea. I've never been confronted with white hair before. Am I going to dye it? Actually, I was thinking about changing my hair color to like something like pink, but I don't know how to get like jet black hair that's really kinky and dry to turn pink. I don't think it's going to happen unless I want to lose all my hair. So maybe that's not going to happen. Maybe I should get a Sharpie marker and literally just Sharpie all the white pieces out. If I take a Sharpie and just draw, do you think that would help? Maybe. It might be a little toxic though. Sorry, that was a total segue. But one of the great things about Aries is the fact that it is about your physical body. So if you notice that you are a little bit more, not even preoccupied, but maybe just concerned, or you have more awareness of your physical self, maybe how, maybe you notice your strength, maybe you feel a little stronger, maybe you feel a little more just present in your body, maybe you feel more sexual. Aries is a sexual sign, and so it enjoys bedroom activity. Usually it's very energetic and passionate and fun and, kind of very positive. Like there's not a lot of deep emotions that happen other than like, just, maybe even combative, joyful coming together. That's thinking about my Aries lovers in the past and what it kind of feels like when I'm making love with them, when I've made love with them in the past. There's just an enthusiasm and a presence and an intensity that might be more heightened for you right now, where there's a concentration of energy in everything that you do, more awareness of yourself, more knowing what you want, and less settling for anything else, which can be problematic. So one of the problems with Aries is that Aries is about being yourself, being your own authority, being who you are, and being the center of your own desires. Well, hello, we're on a planet with, 7 bazillion people, and you being all about you, like we are not here to serve you. We just aren't. So, we have our own agenda. We need to be served. And if we've got 7 bazillion people doing that all at the same time, that could be trouble, right? That can cause war. Boundaries are being set. And if you cross a boundary, which Aries is likely to do, there's bound to be a fight, you know? So what we can do, we who have conscious awareness of what's going on, is to understand that we as people are having an experience of asserting ourselves, you know, giving birth to ourselves in the world. Yes. And understanding that this person is giving birth to themselves, that person is giving birth to themselves. And the birth is not a quiet, peaceful birth. It is a birth of, I'm coming out. You know, everybody's kind of like, I'm coming out. Look at me. Give me. I want. I'm excited. Blah, blah, blah. So, what we have to make sure that we do is come out and be really enthusiastic about what we're bringing. But at the same time, we want to maybe make sure that we listen, like, hey, I'm coming out. This is me. I'm like here, like, this is so good. I'm excited. Hey, what about you? Right? To give that same kind of love and attention to other people. That way, we are not birthing narcissists, right? A narcissist is basically seeing the world through their own eyes without consideration that there are other perspectives and that other beings need to have their own self, right? So we don't want to be in this time of Aries kind of giving into narcissism or self-centeredness, but we still have to take care of ourselves. Yeah. So taking care of yourself is super important. So what we want to do is give ourselves time and joy and the fullness of who we are, and make time to see other people, to listen more, you know? So do that in your conversations over the next 2 weeks. Aries is going to be here. The sun's going to be in Aries until April 19th. So until April 19th, make sure that you do more conscious listening. If you normally are the person who hops on the phone and instantly starts talking to your best friend about yourself, girl, I'm calling because blah, 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 this is happening to me and blah, blah, blah. If that's your normal thing, why don't you try? I'm really excited to tell my friend about this, but I'm going to put my needs on the back burner and make sure that her needs or his needs are being heard first. So instead of, hey, this is why I'm calling, I'm excited, you can try, hey, I'm really happy to talk to you. I want to see how you're doing. Yeah, great. And then let your time come around. I have friends who are, I tend to not talk first. I need a little warm up time before I get started with talking. You would never know that. You would never know that by watching my videos. Okay. You would never know that about me by watching my videos, because I just start talking and then I talk about whatever's on my mind. Okay. But when I'm with my friends, I do have a kind of tendency to listen to them first, to want to hear about them first, to not feel great. I just don't feel great starting to talk about me first. This is partially part of my low self-esteem, which you would also not know that I have, because I'm like all up in your face, all up in your face, all up in your face, pointing out my flaws. You would think she ain't got low self-esteem. She thinks she's all that. But actually, I do kind of, I have some issues with low self-esteem. Some, as everyone does. I'm aware of my issues. Okay. So yes. So when I generally call people, I usually am like, yes, so tell me about you. And then I need permission to talk about me. That's basically what's happening on an energetic subconscious level. Less now, more than before, but like that was what was happening. Anyway, so being in this sun in Aries, we have a tendency to be a little bit more self-centered. So we want to make sure that we are listening to other people, which reminds me, I'm sitting here talking and I have not checked in to see if I have anyone even on this call with me. I may not have anybody on this call with me, which is perfectly fine, because I am just all up in my live stream, all by myself, doing my thing. Okay. I know I'm late today, which is I thought it was much later. I thought that I was starting at 8:30. Something's wrong with my clocks, actually. Okay. I did not start terribly late. I only started 10 minutes late. So yes, I'm perfectly fine. Right. So when you are dealing with this sun and air, there's that tendency to be all about yourself. So one of the things you can do is to make sure that you're being more attentive to other people, listening to other people. You can intentionally set as part of your agenda, your self-awareness, your self-expression agenda. What you can do is set that to be partially about giving to other people. I want to be a person who gives to other people. So I'm going to write listening into my day. I'm going to write giving into my day. I'm going to write uh, sharing into my day, as opposed to just being all about my day and what I want to get done. Okay. All right. So if you're on this call or this live stream, I do readings for folks, and I'm going to be doing coaching for folks who are actually wanting to coach in a deep way and who are wanting to make a commitment to coaching. Now, this will be live coaching here on my live stream. So you're not going to have the privacy that my private clients have of, being private. But if there are some issues that you want to work through, I'm more than happy to do that with you. I have online temporarily closed down the Jailbreak Your Heart and Howl at the Moon program because I need to do work on it and work on some other programs before I can be present fully in that program. So that is going to the side for a short time, maybe for a couple of months. I am so excited right now. Apollo, hey, buddy. I'm so excited right now because, like I said, I got my airline ticket. And so I'm really distracted. I'm finding it very, very difficult to actually just focus on my work, stay grounded. But I'm just happy. It feels so good to have gotten that thing done. And oh, you're so sweet. Oh, you're so sweet. You want to say hi? Come here. Come up. Come up. Come on. Don't hit your head, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh, him so sweet. Say hi. Him so sweet. Look at him. Him so sweet. Apollo. I think he just saw himself for the first time. He was like, what? Him so sweet. Just, we need to be home. All right. And knowing that we now have our ticket booked and we're stabilizing, it just feels really, really good to know that that piece of the puzzle is done. So I'm also in quarantine. I'm quarantining myself for 40 days, meaning I'm taking myself out of those things that I rely on to escape the feelings that are inside. So that is giving me a feeling of lightness as well, because I'm feeling more connected to source, because I'm not able to rely on those things that I usually escape with. Yeah, so life is happening. So look, if you want a reading, I'm going to do a reading. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and sign off because I personally am all over the place and it doesn't feel great to be all over the place. Okay. So let me just check and see. Hey, Love Her Productions. I'm so glad you're able to make it. Oh, and Cora's here too. Hey, Cora, are you still on? I don't know if anybody's still on because I started talking and I did not check the live stream to see if anybody was on. And so if you want a reading, you all please write your question in. or if you want me to coach you through something, write your question in. And I'm going to take the time to set up a more organized coaching page, which, look, I'm going to set it up and then I'm not going to be adding anything to it, but you all will know that if you want the coaching, you can go to that page and sign up so that we can work through some stuff. The thing is, to understand about coaching, as far as I'm concerned, coaching is best done when you have objectives, when you have something specific that you want to work on. So let's say that you want to work on manifesting, you know, like over the next 3 months, let's say you want to manifest, you know, $30,000, okay? And you know you have a business in your mind and you want to go through something to help you move you along in that business, and you want to have something tangible like 30 grand will show you that you've done, you know, it's like a good marker or a measurement, okay? I like working with goals like that, because then what you're going to have to do is create a plan and work through the cycle of manifestation. So if you'll recall from the Jailbreak Your Heart program, the cycle of manifestation says that you first have to decide, right? You need to choose something, and then you need to make a decision that, yes, I'm going to do this. Once you do that, that sets providence in action, and all the things will fall into place. Like, okay, in order for this to happen, this needs to come, this needs to come. Okay, she wants 30 grand in 3 months, boom, that's the goal. And she wants this much stuff done in her business, boom, bring those together, boom, right? So once you decide, the universe says, boom, yes, it's already done. Your job between now and then is to do all the steps that the universe says you need to do and that your spirit guides are guiding you to do to manifest that business and that $30,000 number, okay? Now, what the problem is that fear, doubt, confusion, a misunderstanding, miscommunication, all sorts of stuff happens within you, and you don't hit that goal, right? You don't do, the issue is usually that you aren't doing what you're supposed to because you're not listening. You get confused about your ego's voice and the emotions that the ego conjures within you. Those things tend to block out spiritual guidance and take you off the path. So the reason why most people don't manifest what they desire is because they are not really listening. That's it. They're not listening and they're not trusting. But trusting comes with listening, because when you don't trust, if you would listen, you would find that there is a voice of trust speaking to you all the time. So I hope that makes sense. Oh, Cora says it's her birthday today. Hey, happy birthday, Aries girl. What is today? April 1st? Wait, Cora, is today really your birthday? Or is this you April fooling me? Are you April fooling me? Hey, 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 hey. I think today is her birthday, really. She's an Aries. I know that about Cora. Happy birthday, Cora. I hope you have a wonderful day filled with a feeling of connection, like understanding your connection and understanding your worth, and making some really big decisions based on who you are, the truth of who you are, okay? All right, so look, y'all have not typed in any questions for me. I'm going to give you all another shot at participating with the coaching with me. If you want to do the coaching, you need to send me an email and I will sign you up for that. I'll give you the information for it. In the meantime, no questions, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Actually, I usually take cards for us as a whole, so let me do that first. And Let's see, we're going to just, let's see, the question I'm going to ask on behalf of us all. Let's see, so, okay, so it's the beginning of April, and there is this whole kind of global uncertainty, but I notice that a lot of my people are feeling very certain. They're very certain about their connection with Source, which I think is the most powerful thing. So the question I have is, we are feeling more connected to Source. What is the most powerful thing, or how can we use this connection of Source to really make the most of this self-isolation time and quarantine? All right, so let's take this one card, and it is, oh my gosh, the Wheel of Fortune. That is so awesome. Wow, this is such a wonderful, oh God. The thing that's most wonderful about this card is that I already feel this so strongly. I feel so good right now. Yes, there's so much that went wrong. There were so many expectations that were not met. But I have to say that in spite of all those expectations not being met, my faith and trust in source energy and God keeping his word to me, like I believe God is keeping his word to me. I'm just letting it unfold around me. You can call God she, by the way. It doesn't really matter. Like God, goddess, he, she, universe, however you do it, the message is the same. This unconditionally love force of energy is giving us the opportunity to work through us. And we can either say yes to the energy or we can say no to the energy. And the way we say yes is by breathing it in and accepting it and seeing what's before us. It's very powerful and very beautiful. Um, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. The message of this card. So the Wheel of Fortune, by the way. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be teaching tarot. I'm going to be teaching tarot class. It's just a heads up. It'll be coming in the next month. The Wheel of Fortune card in tarot represents the cycles of life, the good luck and the good times and the bad times, the good luck and the bad luck. We all experience it, sometimes in a day, but definitely over the course of a month, over the course of a year. And the message from the universe, particularly for those of us who are feeling that connection to source or who are trying to make that connection to source, the message for us is you are in a good period. Make the most of it. I like to say that I want you to stay positively focused. Positively focused does not mean that you have to be a Pollyanna, like, oh, everything's good, everything's good. You only should say everything is good if everything is really good. You should not say that to try to force everything to be good, right? You should always speak from authenticity. Positively focused is staying focused on what's working. When you have negative emotions, I believe that you need to process those negative emotions. I believe that you need to feel them, that you need to express them. You should never shit on anybody. So do not express your negative emotions at the dog, at your husband, at your children, at your friend, unless, of course, like you're venting and they're saying, yes, it's okay for you to do this. If they give you permission, okay. But if you're angry, don't just go yelling at your people. Don't go yelling at your husband just because you're angry. You need to take responsibility for that. You can have your anger, but you don't get to shit on people. So you have your anger and you talk to God about it, or you talk to your spirit guides about it. You talk to the earth about it. These entities know how to handle your shit, okay? The earth knows what to do with your shit. If you were to go take a shit in the grass, the earth is going to do with it what it will. It's going to send out the bacteria. They're going to break that stuff down. They're going to turn it into something that is going to happen. It's going to create its own system, and the universe is going to deal with that. The earth is going to deal with that, okay? But that's not the job of people who aren't getting paid. It's my job. I have become a spiritual life coach because I want to help people do this. Why? Because I need people to do this for me. So I believe in doing this. I'm equipped to doing it. I have a system that can process it and keep me safe, right? And help keep you safe. So you can pay me, but you got to pay me. Okay. You don't get to just shit on me just because you crazy. Okay. Look, you got to pay me. All right. But if you pay me, I'm going to do my job. Okay. So when you have your feelings, though, if you don't have anyone, you're not paying anyone, you need to talk to your spirit guides about it. And the way that I do it when I've got like anger or sadness or grief or just despair, okay, is I say to the universe, hey, I'm despairing. I need my spirit guides who can handle this with me to come forth. And instantly, well, they're already there waiting because they know your despair. They know your despair before you know your despair, because you've probably been doing work to suppress your despair. You've probably been pushing down your despair, denying your despair, which is why you're despairing now anyway. And your spirit guides have been responding to that despair on a subconscious level. So your spirit guides are already there handling your despair. What you're doing is consciously bringing awareness to what's going on inside you. And you're consciously saying to your spirit guides, hey, I'm despairing right now. I need your help with processing it. And then what you do is you despair. I am despairing. Oh my God, I'm wallowing. It's horrible. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Now, the thing that you've got to do, which most people don't do, but what you need to do, is despair and detach. So once you start the despairing, you have to let that go. Okay, you cannot keep attaching, and this is what people do. They tend to reattach to their despair, or when it's purging, they're attaching to it and investing in it. They're becoming like unnaturally attached to their negative emotions. Okay, emotions are energy in motion. They are meant to move and be released, move and be released. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure that when you're letting go, you're letting go. You know, I release this. You know, as you feel better, you know, when you have a negative emotion and you let it go truly, you start to move up the vibrational scale. You start to feel better. So you feel better. Okay, I've despaired, and at least now I feel relief. Oh, I feel relief. I feel drained, but the despair, I'm empty of the despair. I feel drained. Okay, now you've done really good work. That's great. What you need to do then is rest. Give yourself a break. When you've been despairing and you've expressed it, you have to take a break so that your body and your system can rebuild. Now, here's what you don't get to do. You don't get to go and just start thinking now about all the things about which you were despairing before. At some point, you have to take responsibility and correct what is not working for you. So if you're despairing because, you know, you're in a bad relationship, you got to do things to correct that relationship. Or you're despairing because you don't have enough money to do what you want to do. You got to do things to correct the situation around your finances. Okay. And I'm not saying that you're going to get instant answers. Sorry, you may get some instant answers, which are great, but some things take a little bit more time. You need tenacity, you need grit, you need resilience, and you need, more than anything, commitment to correcting the thing and sticking to the plan, sticking to the program, and not selling yourself out and not fucking it up, because that's what tends to happen. We tend to lose our sight of things. Our emotions come up and we don't handle our emotions in a proper way. We just kind of let them come up and take over. Fear comes up and takes over and takes us away from the thing that takes us away from our path, the thing that we need to hold on to. So you have to learn how to manage your fear. Okay, manage your emotions, right? So I was talking about the cycle of creation. Got a little sidetracked there, but just to recap and to do this very quickly, cycle of creation is, first you decide what it is you want to do. Cycle of creation, manifestation, same thing. You decide what it is you want to do. You then need to make a plan about how you're going to do it. You know, you need to listen. Okay, well, if I want to have this business and I want it to manifest $30,000 in 3 months, how am I going to do that? Okay, well, I need to talk to this many people. I need to make this many sales. I need to have this website in place. I need to do this. I need to do that. Okay, write it all down, right? And then you start doing it. Okay, now as your shadow comes up, and this is why I started telling you this, because of the coaching that I want to offer you on Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. During this session, I want to offer you the coaching to help you get through those shadow periods. Because just because you're having shadow, just because you're having doubt, just because you've reached an obstacle, just because something seems impossible, doesn't mean that it is impossible and that you should believe the doubt. As a matter of fact, you should not believe the doubt. You should not give in to those negative emotions. As a matter of fact, those negative emotions are there only as markers to show you something. And your job is to find out what that something is, correct that something, and then get back on your path. Okay. And then you do this until you've manifested the thing that you desire, right? Okay, so boom, there you go. I'm all over the place, but I'll tell you why. I feel good. Okay, I feel good. Okay. All right, so I am sending you a boatload of love and a wish for a very prosperous week. If you want to talk to me about my coaching program that I'm offering here on Wednesday mornings, send me an email. For right now, send me an email at crystallyn@badassbutterfly.com. Crystal Lynn is spelled CrystalLynn. You can see that from my name somewhere on this video. There's my name. crystallyn@badassbutterfly.com. All right. Signing off, wishing you a really wonderful week. Okay. Bye for now, friend. Bye.